Hello my dear friends, welcome to EduTap, welcome to your 5-minute series. Today we are going to discuss CPI and WPI which is a very important part of your ESI syllabus of NABARD Grade A as well as RBI and SEBI, right? So please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done it yet and join our Telegram channel also so that you can get PDFs and daily content that is absolutely free. Guys, moving on to the topic of the day, we'll be discussing WPI and CPI. Now, before we go to discuss what is consumer price index and wholesale price index, we need to know inflation. Why? Because these are the indices to measure inflation only. Although I have discussed inflation in one of your 5-minute series, go find it out if you haven't seen. Still, I'll tell you what is it here. Guys, inflation is the general rise in the price of goods and services in any economy. So inflation is basically considered as the price rise, and we need to track the price rise. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for us in an economy to control the inflation or the price rises, right? So there is a tracking done for the prices of different goods and services, and various indices are used for the same purpose. There are multiple indices apart from WPI and CPI, but for us, as per our examination is concerned, we need to know WPI and CPI. Okay, let's move on to know these. So first we'll discuss about CPI. Guys, consumer price index is the primary index, okay, which tracks the change in retail prices of the essential goods and services which are consumed in an economy. Primary index tracks the change in the retail prices and considers goods and services. This is what you have to understand about CPI. This is what impacts the consumer. That is why consumer price index it is. It is primary index because this is the index which impacts consumers, and this index is used by RBI to target the inflation target the inflation through their monetary policy. That means that we want to control our economy, the inflation in an economy, through the tracking of CPI, which is going to track goods as well as services at the retail price. Okay, talking about WPI now. So wholesale price index measures the change in prices at the wholesale level, not the retail level, and it considers only the price of goods. That means services are not included in WPI. This is the basic definition of WPI and CPI. Let's try to understand it in the practical example. So guys, this picture tells you about a farm. So now when the produce is moved from farm to the wholesale depot, the price at the farm gates will be used for the WPI. That is why it is also called as farm gate index. It is not using the cost of transportation, storage, even it is not taking any retail margin. That is why it is called as WPI, and I hope you understand that this is the reason it is not called as the primary index. Why? Because we as consumers are not getting benefit from here. We are not going directly to the farm to buy wheat, right? We rather want it in a processed form, in a packaged form, and we need to go to the retail outlet which is near our home, right? So coming back here, wholesale depot, it has reached. Now it will be taken by retail shops. Various retail owners will go and buy it. Now they will obviously add the price here of their transportation, their margin and other costs that are applicable, and then they will give it to the customer. So this is what called as CPI, because CPI takes the price which is given to the customers from the retail shop. Okay, I hope you understand this. This is very important for you to understand what is CPI, why it is primary, and what is WPI, and why it is called as farm gate index. Okay, now this was about understanding. Now we have to know a few quick things that are relevant for your examination. Okay, I'll tell you the difference between these two, and also the differences would be based on the type of questions that occur in the examination. Talking about CPI, guys. So CPI measures the price change in goods and services, while WPI measures the price change in goods only. So services are not here. Very, very important. This is for you to understand. Then CPI is published by CSO, which is under Ministry of Statistics Program Implementation, that is MOSPI, while WPI is published by Office of Economic Advisor, which is under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Again, a basic difference. So many times this question has been asked that who releases WPI or who releases CPI, and you usually get confused. So Statistics and Program Implementation releases the CPI, which is under CSO. Right now, base year for CPI is 2012, while base year for WPI is 2011-12. This is the base year that we use for both these two. Okay, now CPI is released on a monthly basis, and the items, the type of items that are included are education, food, transport, communication, etc. So these are the common items that impact the people, that are used by the consumer at a larger level. Okay, now you will be surprised to know that the highest weightage here is of food out of the basket here. You do not spend everything on food, but still that is the one thing that is used to track the CPI. Around 45 plus percentage of weightage is given to food here. Okay, in the basket of these items. Moving to the WPI, it is released weekly for the primary articles, fuel and power, while overall it is released on a monthly basis, which includes primary articles, fuel, power and manufactured goods. Here manufactured goods have the highest weightage. Okay, you also have to know this. Then CPI has 4 further types, guys. CPI for industrial worker, CPI for agricultural laborer, CPI for rural laborer, and CPI rural urban combined. Now we use the one which is the CPI that is used by RBI for inflation targeting is CPI-C, CPI combined. Okay. These three are released by Labor Bureau. Our not much concern is here. Why? Because RBI is not using them. RBI is using these, and these are released by your CSO. While WPI has no such types, right? So that is it from my end. I hope that you found the lecture useful. I wish that you are able to do questions because of this particular understanding of the lecture. Thank you so much for your precious time. Feel free to drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in. Let us know how did you like the lecture. Drop in the comments, and that's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.